Gaya Sas everyone, hello and welcome to part 3 of the EUIPO series. Previously, we punted you through the twists and turns of the EU trademark registration process. Today, we are moving on to what happens after you register your trademark. We are going to train you into Olympic shape to protect your trademark from infringers and counterfeiters. First step, building up your defenses through monitoring. There are a few ways in which you can monitor your trademark. You can watch out for other trademarks in their publication phase, set up alerts on eSearch Plus, and register with the EU Customs Union. After your trademark is registered, you should start keeping a regular eye on the official journal for any pending trademarks that resemble or are identical to your own. New trademarks are filed every day, and the number of people looking to register a trademark is ever growing, so this is an eternal but necessary task, kind of like pushing a boulder up a hill for all eternity. Monitoring your trademark online can be made easier by using eSearch Plus. This technology can be set to send you alerts when identical or similar trademarks are detected. It can also alert you to other criteria based on the parameters you set, for instance, if you want to keep an eye on trademarks that are up for renewal. It's a speedy route through the labyrinth of online information. The third step, which not only monitors your trademark but also lends a hand to enforce it, is registering your trademark with the European Union Customs Union. To register with the EUCU, an application for action, or an AFA, must be completed. For additional protection, you should register with the enforcement database to allow authorities to swiftly access the information they need in their language. The EUCU will then keep an eye out for infringing and counterfeiting imports and exports in and out of the EU and take action if necessary. Monitoring your trademark can feel like fighting a hydra. You turn your attention to one threat but feel as though many more can pop up while your back is turned. Sometimes, for all of your efforts, you will need to switch from the defensive to the offensive and enforce your trademark rights against an infringing party. First off, a disclaimer. The EU is made up of 28 very different, very individual member states. These countries often don't speak the same language when it comes to vocabulary and law. Therefore, different EU courts in different countries will rule differently and offer different remedies. While some courts can take 3 to 4 months to make a first instance decision, others can take years. Basically, it's luck of the draw depending on where you need to take your case. There are 2 types of litigation for trademark infringement in the EU depending on the severity of the infringement and the damages incurred, civil and criminal. When an EU court rules that there has indeed been an infringement, their first course of action is to issue an injunction or an unofficial order. This prevents the offending party from continuing to produce and sell the infringing goods. Usually, an EU court does not issue punitive judgments under civil law. Punitive judgments can be issued under criminal law, but again, that depends on the court. Damages are governed by national law and vary from compensation for the claimant's loss, disbursement of the profits wrongfully made, or payment of hypothetical royalties. All rulings are open to appeal and can go as high as the European Court of Justice. Protecting your intellectual property takes Herculean effort. As always, the working conscientiousness you put into monitoring and enforcing your trademark will be proportionate to how able you are to defend your mark if the time comes. With all of the effort involved, it is always best to have a trademark lawyer or agency such as Witmart to shoulder the burden. And that wraps up this segment on EUIPO trademark protection. If you have any further questions, feel free to contact our offices for more information or to sign up for a free consultation today. Next time, we'll be crossing falling bridges to talk about the biggest news in the EUIPO trademark world, the Brexit exit.